We see the eagle everywhere, right? On flags, on money, in all these epic myths. We feel like we know this bird, but what if I told you that the symbol we all admire is really just the cover of a much deeper, way more fascinating story? A story written in a language that's millions of years old. So let's dive in and decode the eagle.
Forever, we've looked up at the sky and seen the eagle as this ultimate symbol of strength and freedom. It's the majestic predator, the ruler of its domain. And yeah, this is the image we're all familiar with.
But here's the thing, that powerful symbol, it's built on a biological blueprint, a really precise code that's been refined over millions of years of evolution. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to decode it. We're going to look right past the myth to understand the incredible animal behind it.
So the key to really understanding what an eagle is, it lies in science, specifically in biological classification. It's this amazing system that organizes all life on Earth, and it's exactly how we're going to trace the eagle's precise place in the natural world.
Okay, so every single living thing fits into these 7 levels. It's kind of like a set of those Russian nesting dolls, Each one gets more and more specific. We're going to follow this path step by step to build the complete scientific identity of the eagle.
All right, let's start at the very top. Kingdom Animalia. This is the biggest, broadest category there is. It basically just means eagles are animals, they eat, they move, and they share this kingdom with everything from tiny insects and fish, all the way to, well, you and me.
Now we start to zoom in. Within that huge animal kingdom, eagles belong to the class Aves. Think of this as the exclusive club for all birds. So what actually makes a bird a bird?
Well, here's the essential toolkit. You've got feathers, which aren't just for flying, they're also for staying warm. You need a beak with no teeth and a super lightweight skeleton, absolutely crucial for getting off the ground. And of course, the hard-shelled egg, which is like a perfect little life support system.
Okay, let's get even more specific. The order Accipitriformes. Now we're talking. This is where we meet the birds of prey that hunt during the day, so eagles, hawks, vultures. They're all defined by these powerful hooked beaks, crazy strong talons, and one truly extraordinary superpower. You see, their most critical tool isn't the talons or the beak, it's their eyes. These animals are designed from the ground up to detect the slightest movement from absolutely incredible distances. It's the whole core of their hunting strategy.
Just how good is their eyesight? Get this, it can be up to 8 times sharper than ours. Can you imagine being able to spot a rabbit from hundreds of meters up in the air? It's just wild.
And this isn't just some neat trick. Nope. This is the result of millions of years of evolutionary fine-tuning. We're talking high-density photoreceptors, proportionally massive eyes. It is a true biological marvel.
Moving down to the family Accipitridae, we find the absolute titans of the sky. This group has the largest, most dominant birds of prey, and that includes all true eagles. These guys are the apex aerial predators, period.
And here it is, the complete code. We're looking at a specific species here, the golden eagle, Aquila Chrysaetos. From the gigantic animal kingdom all the way down to its unique species name. This isn't just a list, it's an identity. It's like an evolutionary address.
So we've decoded the science, we've seen the blueprint. Now, let's see what happens when that code comes to life out in the wild. This is where all that biology becomes a breathtaking and sometimes brutal reality. All right, so now we're shifting from the lab to the landscape. We're going to follow the story of a young white-tailed sea eagle, just to see how this biological blueprint creates one of nature's most incredible hunters.
I mean, just check out these stats. This isn't just a bird, it's an absolute engineering marvel. You've got a massive 2.5-meter wingspan to lift a 6-kilo body. You've got these enormous talons that can just snatch prey in an instant. And that beak, it's basically a meat cleaver. This is the hardware of an apex predator.
And it's not just the white-tailed eagle. To give you a real sense of this family's power, look at the harpy eagle. This bird is strong enough to literally pluck a sloth right out of the treetops. I mean, that is the kind of raw power we are talking about here.
But here's the catch. Being born with this incredible toolkit, it doesn't guarantee survival, not even close. In fact, from the moment an eagle hatches, it is thrown into one of the most intense and brutal fights for life you can imagine in the animal kingdom.
Eagles will often lay 2 or 3 eggs, but it's actually pretty rare for all the chicks to survive. What happens is, the strongest chick gets most of the food. The weaker one is often starved or even pushed right out of the nest. It sounds unbelievably cruel, but from an evolutionary perspective, it ensures the parent's energy goes to the offspring with the absolute best chance of making it.
Our young female white-tailed eagle, well, she's one of these survivors. She was the fittest chick in the nest, but surviving the nest, that's just the very beginning. Now her long, difficult journey to becoming a true queen of the sky really begins.
Her first year is just a gauntlet of tests, one after another. At 12 weeks, she takes her first shaky steps outside the nest. By 5 months, the free meals from mom and dad, they stop. Her first winter teaches her tough lessons about scarcity and competition. And over that year, she slowly, painfully, masters the skills she needs to survive.
And then comes the final test, the final push. Her own mother denies her a meal from a carcass they found. The message couldn't be clearer. Your training is over. It's time to fly the nest and make your own way. It's a harsh lesson for sure, but an absolutely necessary one in self-sufficiency.
So why does her survival, this one bird's survival, matter so much? Because as an apex predator, her role in the environment is absolutely critical. Eagles help keep prey populations in check, which helps maintain the health of the entire ecosystem. Seriously, a thriving eagle population is one of the best signs of a thriving, healthy environment.
So let's go all the way back to that first image. The next time you see an eagle soaring high above, I want you to remember what we've decoded today. You're not just looking at a symbol of freedom anymore, you're witnessing the living, breathing result of an ancient biological code, a survivor, a hunter, and a true masterpiece of evolution. It makes you wonder, right? What other symbols do we just take for granted without ever understanding the incredible stories behind them?